We're setting up the weekly 2A wrap-up, so the way I do it is I'll open up StreamYard here on the right and get it all set up and scheduled to go live on Friday. Then we'll go over to the YouTube channel and head over to the history so that it shows us all the videos that this channel that I've watched on this browser. So we can go back and start opening these things, right-clicking and opening a new window on the videos we want to include in the wrap-up. So makes it pretty simple. And then this way I'm just right-clicking and opening in a new window. Got a bunch of different things here. I guess we don't have to watch the whole thing, so I'll just kind of describe some of the stuff that you can be looking forward to. We've got the Gun Arts America describing the big infrastructure bill and how it references some spending allocations that include a whole bunch of anti-gun stuff. There's a link there to the GOA with a way to contact representatives. I believe the voting is already underway by the time you watch this, but being aware of that is what it's all about. We got the 2A Woman Wednesday from Guns and Barbecue. We've got Foss on it. Got Foss promoting his overnight at a new time. Edit that out. And then we got Brian Shotgun with Charlie with Gabby Franco. That one's awesome. We got Diana doing testimony in Congress, and they don't have a date on there, so I'm not sure if that's, I think that's an older one, but I'm not sure if it's a newer one. Got a couple of different Johnny Rowland shows in here that I've been watching as I'm doing other tasks and projects on the computers here, and I'll watch on one computer and then open it up and make a comment with kind of an index of what they talked about on the show, and then leave that as a comment on the video, and then we'll post it here so that if you want to go check out something specifically, you don't necessarily need to watch the whole 1 hour show or episode. So this is a pretty good week. No big news that everybody was running around. It's Red Dawn week, so I should probably mention that. We're going to have a pick your own free patch Wolverine edition. Lots of cool Wolverine one-offs and unique ones up for grabs. Also, every order this week comes with one of the PVC Wolverine doing the Wolverine while supplies last. There's only about a handful of those left. Every order will come with one of those, and then we've got a bunch of new Red Dawn stuff coming as well. So Monday or Friday should be some fun. The show should be some fun with all that. I've been watching the Daily Bullets, but I'm not including them in the thing. Got a bunch of Crump stuff. Minnesota Gun Owners was out kind of doing a, would you call it a press release? Of course, the ATF comments is being ignored, but we are getting a lot of ATF comments coming in from the antis. Been watching that. Pretty interesting to see. This was an interesting interview with Polona Capana, who's a 2A author and researcher, but has some really interesting insight to the stuff that happened on December 6th and the way that that's being pursued and the way that that's being executed, and awareness to that, which is, I haven't seen that perspective on it before. I think that's definitely worth it checking out. Here I was trying to figure out how to work Photoshop. I'll close that out. So one of the videos that's coming up, it's already made, but it'll talk about how you can go in and tweak your YouTube history by clicking that X. I removed it from my history, and now YouTube won't use that video to factor in what it wants to recommend to me. So all the things that I watch factor into what's going to be recommended. It's not the only factoring criteria, but it's one of them. So a bunch of videos that went through here. It's fun to watch some of the communities grow out there. They're growing almost identically to the way the other communities have grown in the past, only faster. So I don't know if it's because the paths are already there, or it's just the way that communities are going to grow. Let's see, so then we get some interesting stuff with Rump again, have a bunch of interviews, been watching some conversations out there. We got G23 show, we'll put that out. Gizzard show. There was a new combat stories. And a bunch of these videos were, what did I do? I went through and made a video or something, or I went through and updated gun channels. So if you go to gun channels, if I can find it, remember that place, gunchannels.com. I've added, what do you call it, a schedule of the different podcasts that happen daily, then the Monday shows, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday shows, weekend shows, and then the weekly shows, the monthly shows, and then those occasional shows. So if you know something that we're missing from the list, let me know and we'll add it over there. But went through and used these as links. I think I've included everything I pay attention to, at least. I learned about this channel, Common Sense Soapbox, from the Locked and Loaded Latino show last week. And I guess on Friday we talked about the Kalashnikov book. So I think this is stuff that was going back, already covered in last week's show. We also want to bring up this part about Chipman doing the communist CNN or the communist BBC interview. And I think that's it. We got a bunch of stuff that happens on the regular. Oh, we had the overnight in here. We'll want to link to that. Oh no, that's an old overnight, I think. That's probably from this list. All right, so with that, I won't bore you. Basically now I'll go through and click on each of these tabs, and then I usually like to post the organization and the number of subscribers. Now I do have one limiting factor, and that's the amount of characters I can use in this text box. I think it's 5,000. It's pretty big, but I do want to limit, so I'll chop down the URL and not include any timestamps to save on the number of characters. I'll even cut the word subscribers in half so that it only uses a portion of them. And then I'll go through and add
welcome back to
each of these videos. And I usually put them in order that I liked them. Usually, but not always. That's the order, so in whatever order they're in the list there is the order that they're good. And then quotes the number of subs, the title, and the URL so people can jump to it. And then I close the tabs as we get to them. So this way I am able to create a useful description of the video. And I also use that description of the video as the script, essentially, for the weekly wrap-up. So the weekly wrap-up is literally the shows that I've paid attention to during the week, or I should say the cream of the crop of the shows that I've paid attention to each week, and I guess a synopsis of them, and a heads up on stuff like the overnight, which is usually just hours ahead, a day or so ahead of the weekly wrap-up. Of course, if there's something big coming up, like the comment periods, which end on the 19th of this month, so depending on when you're watching this, that's days away. Those comment periods, as I mentioned, going through the list there, we're getting wailed on with that. So definitely opportunity to make your voice heard, to an opportunity to communicate with other people in your local circle, in your local or your online circle, and perhaps pester some of the bigger voices it's never too late to get people motivated. Sometimes a sense of urgency towards the end triggers that same thing that pushes that same button that procrastinators like to wait for. And we see a big return at the end. That would be great, considering the Everytown is certainly pushing a lot of effort at the end. All right, with that, that's the weekly wrap-up. It was just sort of basically a second version of the weekly wrap-up. The only thing you're going to be missing from this and the big show is, of course, the Free Patch Friday over at our Gear website store. I guess I don't have that open anywhere, but the Gear website store is our online store. It's Red Dawn week. This is the anniversary of the week that the movie Red Dawn was released, the first PG-13 movie. We'll be doing a big watch party this week and chatting about Red Dawn on the show. We'll also have the Pick Your Own Free Patch, so all orders from the Gear website store this whole week go towards the Free Patch Friday Pick Your Own Free Patch, and that'll happen on the show. So with that, we want to thank you for watching. I guess since I'm in StreamYard, I'll just go ahead and say create broadcast. That'll take the video up to, as edited as it is right now, and post it on YouTube. It'll also have it here so that I can edit it and jump into it, and I can also then open this up and use StreamYard to do this, if I can get to it. I guess I'm still not scrolled down enough. I can use StreamYard to do this. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.